Mr. Loughton, thank you very much for having time and joining us.
Pleasure.
Why did you decide to send this letter to the Secretary? Please tell us about it.
Well, many parliamentarians in the British Parliament were very concerned about the recent flare-up in military action on the Armenian and Azerbaijani border, and particularly the very aggressive tones coming out of Azerbaijan, demonstrations outside the Armenian embassy in London by Azerbaijanis, clearly put up to it by their government, and some very aggressive and I think rather warmongering statements coming out of the Ministry of Defence in Azerbaijan. So on that basis, on behalf of the British Parliamentary Group for Armenia, which I chair, we wrote to the Foreign Secretary to express our concerns about what was going on and the aggression that had been unleashed clearly by the Azerbaijanis.
So what response have you received so far from the Secretary?
Well, I've spoken twice now to the Minister of State at the Foreign Office, Wendy Morton. She has particular responsibility for that region. She has briefed me about what the British government, the Foreign Office, have said and what the British ambassador in Armenia has said, and I've had communications with him. And today I've had a letter back from the Foreign Office, which basically says, taking on board the points that we made in our letter about the recent aggression, welcoming the fact that things seem to have calmed down over recent weeks, and stressing how important it is, as we stressed in our letter to her, that the OCSE group, the Organisation for Security and Cooperation in Europe, gets on with its work to get both parties around the table to try and find a peaceful settlement that won't lead to future flare-ups like this, because clearly this could get a lot worse if the Azerbaijanis continue to use military action and under the pretext of them saying that Armenia is the aggressor. So clearly we need everybody to get around the table and to put the weapons away.
Mr. Loughton, what is the general reaction in the United Kingdom Parliament on the recent issues on Armenia-Azerbaijani border?
Well, I have to say Armenia, Azerbaijan and that part of the world is not well known in the United Kingdom, but it is clearly a very important part of the world, particularly at the moment with what's going on around Turkey and Iran, and Armenia is right in the middle of it. And Armenia has always been something of a sort of linkway between the West and Russia and the East as well. So it's an area of great importance that I think in the United Kingdom we need to know more about. And so that was why I took over as chair of the Armenian all-party group, which involves MPs and members of the Lords from all parties in the UK, to try and foster better relations with Armenia and a better understanding of issues in that area. We also have I have to say, much smaller Azerbaijani all-party parliamentary group, which put out a statement which put all the blame on Armenia. And so it was really important that the Armenian group actually set out the facts and put the record straight, which is what we did, and which is why I was very keen that my letter to the Foreign Secretary should be made public. And I know it's been widely publicised in the Armenian Parliament as well, and by the Armenian Embassy in London.
My last question is about the relations between our two countries. What potential do you see in UK-Armenia relations?
Well, as I said earlier, I think it's really important that we have a much better understanding of the issues in Armenia and in your region. And I want to strengthen relations between parliamentarians in the United Kingdom and parliamentarians in Armenia as well. We have many things in common. We want to make sure Armenia has a very friendly relationship with the West, with the European Union and with us, although we will no longer be members of the European Union. But with all the turbulent things going on within the old Soviet Union countries and on the fringes in Turkey as well, it's really important that we have strong links with Armenia. When it's safe to do so, I very much hope we will be able to come out to Armenia as well and establish and cement those links in person. We have a lot in common between the United Kingdom and Armenia. We share a heritage, a religion, a love of democracy, and it's very important that Armenia should feel that it is supported and that we have your interests at heart within Europe and within the United Kingdom in particular. So I very much look forward to coming in person to strengthen that really important relationship.
Mr. Loughton, thank you very much for your time and joining us today.
Pleasure. Thank you.